Authorities in South Sudan say 2 Ugandan teachers were killed in a revenge attack in Western Lake State on Sunday. The administrator at Hope and Resurrection Secondary School, where the 2 were teaching, says the deceased were driving from Rumbek town to the school when armed men attacked them. The spokesman of South Sudan National Police Service says detectives are investigating the incident but have yet to make any arrests. For VOA News, Winnie Chirino reports from Juba.
The South Sudan Police spokesperson, Major General Daniel Justin, says the 2 Ugandan nationals were gunned down in Western Lake State following the death of a traditional chief who was hit by a vehicle. He says the relatives of the deceased chief took the law into their hands and ambushed a school vehicle.
So far we have not made any arrest, and we have launched an investigation. This is where we discover what was behind. They were actually not targeting the Ugandans, but they were targeting any car on the road. So that was what happened. And we have, of course, we came to know the suspects because they are relatives for the chief, which was knocked down by the car. So now we are pursuing them to make some arrests.
Deborah Wood is an administrator at the Hope and Resurrection Secondary School, where the 2 teachers work. She condemns the killing of the deputy principal of the school, Charles Kule Mitsangaru, and Binsima Willis, a mathematics teacher.
I received a phone call that the teachers were shot. They went to Rumbek yesterday morning from Atiaba. It's about 13 miles from town. So they traveled with our school car. Charles himself was the one driving, and they went to pick the principal from town. And on their way back, I think they were shot in that process. They got in an ambush in the middle of the road, and of course there was no nearby center at the scene where they were shot.
She says Anthony Mading, who is the principal of the school, was injured during the attack and is still in a critical condition at Rumbek Hospital. Awud says the school has lost great and knowledgeable teachers who had sacrificed their time to educate South Sudanese in unstable parts of the country. She says the killing has traumatized students and teachers.
What I'm trying to request from our government is that they should provide security for that area, and they should also try to continue with disarmament of the guns from the local civilians, because the more they have those guns, the more atrocities they will commit in the area. Not only to the foreigners as what happened yesterday, because what they did was actually not just a target of any foreigner, but that anger always, when they have guns in their hands, you will always find them fighting anyhow.
Bwanga Philemon, Secretary General for the Ugandan community in South Sudan, says he is aware of the Rumbek killings but has not gotten details from Uganda and South Sudan government officials in Rumbek.
For now, as Ugandan community, we are contacting our structures on the ground to give us more relevant information. You never know, they might be even not Ugandans. So we want to get that information very clear before we take any action of helping them out, because we are aware that every person who dies from here and is a Ugandan, we have to organize their bodies to be taken back for burial.
Philemon says several Ugandans have died in South Sudan due to different causes such as illnesses, security and domestic violence. He says last week a Ugandan woman was stabbed by her Somalian husband over relationship issues, and the body was transported back to Uganda. Yet Community Council for Peace and Development released a press statement condemning the killing of the teachers. The statement described the killing as a barbaric and senseless act committed by criminals against shepherds of goodwill who were educating humanity in South Sudan. The statement calls upon the national government and President Salva Kiir to take all necessary efforts to help the state government and community apprehend the culprits. For VOA News, I am Winnie Chirino in Juba.